Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Kamilizam bin Ibrahim, 11 DKA F20, 11 DKA 20 F1055 in my metric number.
Hi, my name is Ahmad Roshauki bin Ahmad Fazil. My metric number is 11 DKA 20 F1044. My class is DKA 3A.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Tarmizi bin Abdul Razak. My register number is 11 DKA 20F 1041.
Present about pavement material used in highway construction. We have 5 material used in highway construction, which is aggregate, filler, steel reinforcement, cement, bitumen or asphalt. So the first is aggregate. It's a main material that makes up about 93% of the mix. The strength is result from the interlock between the aggregate and axis to distribute load from the traffic in the pavement. And next, the steel reinforcement, also known as reinforcing steel or deformant bar. It's common steel bar and commonly used as tensioning device in reinforced concrete and reinforced masonry structures holding the concrete in compression. And the third is fillers. It fills the void between aggregate and help stiffening the binder, produce a stronger and stiffer mix that could last long. And the fourth is bitumen or asphalt. So bitumen or asphalt is a binder to glue the aggregate and together to aggregate together form an improved mix. And last is cement. So the cement is a binder, a substance that stretches and hardens independently and can bind other materials together. And now we can move the next slide is classification road aggregate. We have split two, is natural and artificial. So the natural we have igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. So for the igneous we have basalt, gabbro, granite and porphyry. For the sedimentary, we have lime, greenstone, limestone, gravel, and sand. And for the metamorphic, we have hornfels, quartzite, and schist. And another road aggregate is artificial. We have blast, furnace, slag, and burnt shale.
Now I'm going to explain the important properties of aggregate. There are many important properties of aggregate. Number 1, strength, to withstand crushing, impact during construction and traffic load. Number 2, soundness, resistant to disintegration under weathering. Number 3, shape and surface texture, help in interlocking, resistant to sliding and effect strength. Number 4, affinity, properly coated by binder. Number 5, relative density and absorption, to stripping, drying time and mix design. Number 6, resistance to wear, to polish under traffic and skid resistance. And then lastly, gradation, to quality and pavement strength.
Filler with a material used in construction. Now you can see the picture of metals. The mineral filler consists of very fine and mineral matter that is added to the hot mix asphalt to improve the density and strength of the mixture. And the mineral filler also consists of finely divided mineral matter such as rock dust, slag dust, hydrate lime, hydraulic cement, fly ash, loess, or other suitable mineral matter. And mineral filler make up less than 6% of the hot mix asphalt concrete by mass and generally less than about 3%. The particles larger than the thickness of the asphalt film behave as mineral aggregate and has contributed to the contact point between individual aggregate particles. The gradation, shape, and texture of the mineral filler significantly influence the performance of hot mix asphalt. The material used in construction is cement. Cement is usually used in construction with road or building. What is a cement is a binder, a substance that sets a hardness independently and can bind other materials together. And the cement is made by heating limestone, calcium carbonate with small quantities of other materials such as clay in aggregate. The resulting hard substance called clinker is then ground with small amount into a powder to make ordinary Portland cement, or we can call it OPC, the most commonly used type of cement, often referred to as OPC. So the Portland cement is basic ingredient of concrete, mortar, and most non-specially ground mixed together. And the most common use Portland cement is in production of concrete, which is the main material used in rigid pavement.
Next, we go to ASPHALT or bitumen. ASPHALT or bitumen is a material that colored in brown to black that highly viscous from hydrogen produced from petroleum distillation residue. So basically it can distillation naturally. In result, it can found in ASPHALT lake or petroleum refinery using crude oil. So what is bitumen or ASPHALT type? First, we have solid bituminous material. Secondly, we have semi-solid bituminous material. Thirdly, we have liquid bituminous material.
There are many properties of bitumen. Number 1, stability is its ability to resist shoving and rutting under loads. Number 2, durability. It is the resistance against abrasion and weathering. Number 3, workability. It is measure of ease with which a bituminous mix can be laid and compacted. Number 4, flexibility. This property of the mix measures the capability of the surface in bending without shearing and cracking. Number 5, fatigue resistant. Is the pavement resistant to repeated bending under wheel loads. Number 6, skid resistance. Skid resistant is the ability of an asphalt surface to minimize skidding or slipping of vehicle tires.
Alright, now let's talk about advantage of using bitumen. By using bitumen, first we can making reduce of noise. So basically, no noise on the road are produced from using bitumen as the material pavement. Secondly, we can lower the cost of construction, which is we can save our budget. Thirdly, it easy to be repaired anytime, anywhere. So, how about disadvantage of using bitumen? By using bitumen, you are lessing the durability of the pavement. So, when the less durability is make the other cost, which is it make the pavement or the highway easily damaged. So basically, it comes to disadvantage. First of all, is less durability. Secondly, easily damaged by weather.
Steel reinforcement, also known as reinforcing steel, reinforcement steel or a deform bar. Steel reinforcements are commonly used as a tensioning device in reinforced concrete and reinforced masonry structures holding the concrete in compression. Steel reinforcements are also a component in the construction of rigid pavement, which concrete is the main material. Usually formed from carbon steel, steel reinforcements are given rigids for better mechanical anchoring into the concrete. There are many tests on aggregate. Number 1, aggregate crushing value test to determine the percentage aggregate crushed by applying compressive load. Number 2, 10% fine value test to determine the loads needs to crush the aggregate with 10% fine. Number 3, aggregate impact value test to determine percent crush due to impact load. Number 4, Los Angeles abrasion to determine the percent of degradation under combination of abrasion or attrition, impact and grinding. Number 5, soundness to determine resistance to disintegration due to cycle of wetting and drying, heating and cooling. Number 6, flakiness index to determine percentage of flaky aggregate. Number 7, elongation index to determine percentage of elongated aggregate. Number 8, water absorption and specific gravity to indicate the strength and porosity of aggregate. Number 9, coating and stripping to determine the adhesion of the bitumen and the aggregate with the influence of water. Number 10, polished stone value. This test is only aggregate to be used for wearing cost. Number 11, sieve analysis to determine compliance with design, production control requirements and verification specification.
Several tests that use toward bitumen to discover different determine. Firstly, we have loss on heating. So loss on heating is a test to discover how much heat lost during the weather. Next, we have viscosity. Viscosity is a test that we use to determine flow of the bitumen. Right? And then we have flash and fire point. Flash and fire point is used to discover how much temperature the bitumen can handle. Next, we have softening point. Softening point is test to determine what is softening point of bitumen. So we by using temperature 35 to 157 Celsius. And then we have penetration test, which we use to identify how strong the bitumen is. And then last but not least is ductility test. Ductility test is to identify strength, how the ductility of the bitumen by using stretch technique. So that's all the tests that using on a bitumen.